However, I'm still not sure what I'm supposed to do. Or, oh, Jesus. Hey there, and welcome to Five Nights at Dolma'S 4. After Five Nights at Dolma'S 4, there's one more Dolma'S game until we pretty much have to wait for the current game in development, which is Five Nights at Dolma'S Behind the Scenes. Now, last time we left off, we were actually in Five Nights at Dolma'S 3, which was actually kind of like a prequel, kind of like the beginning of everything, showing the animatronics that kind of existed before the first and second game. This was around the time where the company behind Dolma'S and RoboSmith were kind of like about to collaborate and make new animatronics. But now we're pretty much jumping way further into the future with this game. It's been a whole decade since Dolma'S Grand Circus closed its doors back. That's pretty much the event of the first game. The location shut down because of the owner retiring from the business. As the establishment could not be sold, the town hall decided to build a new set of apartments just above the closed down pizzeria. After the apartments were built, the locals started to report the appearances of two distorted animatronic puppets. Therefore, an anonymous paranormal researcher was hired to put an end to the souls roaming the vicinity. Interesting, so they didn't even demolish the place, they just built right on top of it, which is certainly an interesting way to handle that. But yeah, that's pretty much the latest thing, and I guess we'll find out what's going on, so let's just hop right in. So are we going to be in the apartments themselves then, or are we going to be in the closed down restaurant? I mean, they said the sightings were in the apartments, right, according to locals. It's been a whole decade. A decade since it closed down, like I just said. Rarely nothing happened. Especially if we take into account who designed those animatronics. William Afton was the one behind RoboSmith. After all this time, the town hall decided to construct a set of apartments right above the closed down establishment, which I just said. Since then, appearance of... Oh, literally this is exactly what I said. Good luck. Oh god. I don't know why, because of the fact that we're now dealing with like residential areas, it makes me think this could be somewhat like FNAF 4, I think, now. That's my, like we're already looking at an apartment room of some kind, I feel like. Oh, yeah. Huh. Okay, so we're in this room now. George Brown. Skype audio. Oh god, that's a throwback.
Hi sir, nice to meet you. Before starting, let me introduce myself. I am George Brown, a police officer in charge of explaining you what is going on here. It is very possible your superior has not explained you everything regarding this place. For that reason, I have decided to communicate with you just before you start this job. You're in the apartment where most of the paranormal sightings were reported.
Okay.
I'm sure you are not worried. You have done a lot of this investigation during the past years, and I'm sure you're gonna achieve it. According to the people who live here, two souls tend to roam around the vicinity from 12 AM to 6 AM. They are very similar in appearance, although they behave really different. One of them tends to roam around. Thus, if you either hear its footsteps or see it, hide as fast as you can.
Okay.
You have available closets located all around the apartment for hiding inside. On the other hand, the other one doesn't move but rather prefers to lurk in the darkness. Therefore, try to avoid dark areas.
Okay.
Finally, if lights turn off, just go to that room and turn the light on by simply clicking on the light switch. I think that is everything you should know. From now on, everything depends on you. Walk around the building and get used to it. That is all. Good luck.
Okay, so we actually have to wander around here. Press on the doors to move to another room, or the lower part of the screen to move back. Okay, and this is to hide in the closet. Okay. Oh god. Okay. Okay, so you can hide in the closet wherever. Okay. There's a ladder here. Oh, but it leads downwards. Interesting. Okay. Okay, that's gonna be kind of interesting. That was like first instinct. My eyes just blinking like that. Okay, so basically, if you want to go... It's kind of weird because if I go down here, it's going to go to the left side of the building, but if I do here, it's the right side. Okay. Well, at least I got a general gist, but what exactly are we doing then? I mean, I understand there's two figures. I didn't quite hear what the second one because of that sound just there, but I know one of them, if I hear something or see it, hide. And then the other thing is like saying don't, like avoid dark areas. Now, they did mention a light switch. That's a creepy little doll. Isn't that a doll of one of the animatronics, actually? I forgot the name of it, but I definitely recognize it. It's supposed to be the bull, I think. Oh, Jesus. Can we not, like, blink like that, please? Definitely yet another different style of game compared to the first and second one. Because the third game was a lot of, like, roaming around as well, similar to this. So it is quite interesting. However, I'm still not sure what I'm supposed to do. Or, oh, Jesus. Well, okay, that's already step one. There we go. Step one. Whenever something like that happens, just hide. I do find it kind of funny that the police are involved in paranormal investigations of some kind. I mean, I guess they've resigned the fact that, yeah, well, you know, it's definitely not someone playing tricks. Oh, Jesus. Oh. Okay, I was about to say, can I leave, like, as soon as the sound cue plays? If I get jump scared. Is it safe? I didn't hear the door, but I'm... Okay. So, two different interactions then. They'll either exit the room, or they'll, you know, do what they just did there and did, like, do a little peek, then walk off. Oh, nah. Oh, that's really creepy now. It's like something's Oh, that's right. They did say if you hear footsteps, hide. Oh, I'm glad I did that. I almost forgot about that. So yeah, if I see it, or if I hear footsteps like that, hide. They also did mention, like, if the, you know, don't be in a dark area, which, in this case, we're fine. We do have to, like, a light switch if the area gets dark. Okay, relax. From a story perspective, I don't really know. I mean, I remember, now that I looked into, like, after, like, going through, like, the first couple games, the main thing I remember is that, we have, like, there was two brothers, right, that was part of Dolma'S, the Dolma company. One got jealous of the other. One ended up dying. I think the one... I'm trying to remember, like, there was, like, tampering going on. Basically, I think, like, if I were to sum it all up, you have one brother that's jealous of the other, so he tampered with the animatronics and caused an incident that got his brother killed. And then he went on to make an agreement with William Afton, who was taking control of RoboSmith, or, you know, that was his company, basically, in this game. And then they, you know, were about to make some, like, agreement to, like, make some new animatronics, but I think the animatronics were too expensive, so William struck a deal, like, you know, I don't remember exactly what the deal was. I think, like, it was like, you know, they'll use some, like, older suits, but they'll, like, experiment with them a little bit, you know, so, like, a reduced cost. Either that, or I think it was that we'll build new ones and you give us the old ones so that we can experiment on them, because, you know, like, it'll help make up for some of the costs. I think that's what happened. And that's pretty much it, because, again, first and second game kind of, like, goes together. And then there, I think that's when, you know, there's missing children in the first game. Second game is kind of like the follow-up to the restaurant shutting down. Third game was, again, before the first and second game. Chapter 1. The Plushies. Okay. Ooh. Are these the siblings? Because that sibling looks a lot like the what's it called? The brother that did the tampering. I think it's time to show you my toy collection. Here's my Madal plushie. Oh, right, this is one of the original characters before Dolma. My favorite one of the workers at Madal's carnival gave it to me. Or gave me it. And here's Spring Billy, the other one. I like him, although I prefer Madal. Furthermore, do you know that these two robots can be used as spring lock suits? Just like the old Fredbear and Spring Bonnie. Okay. Also, I think this one resembles that plushie we saw earlier on the floor. Or maybe those two characters are supposed to represent the two spirits here? But it's not the same siblings, though. At least I don't think so. I don't know if Dolma'S / Madal's was a family business. I don't quite remember. So, like, in that case, like, I don't know if, what's it called? So were those two, like, the actual siblings? But then again, Fredbear's existed, so I don't think so. The timeline wouldn't make sense if they were kids at that time. And already they're getting active. Also, it does seem like, based off what they said, there should only be 2 characters in this game then. Right? These 2 primary spirits. So, gameplay-wise, I'm not sure how things are gonna change up. But we'll see. I assume that my presence here... Oh! That I... Okay. I'm gonna guess I exited too early. So far it's 2 AM and the lights have not turned off. So I pretty much have just been sitting here. They leave? I guess they left. Oh. Oh god. Okay, so that's... Oh, okay. So I get what that means now. Oh, so I didn't realize you were just gonna show up after I turn on the light. Hopefully that's fine. Oh god. Okay, so... a light breaks in one of the rooms. You should pretty much look for the room and turn on the light, because... understandably, the last thing you want is for multiple rooms to be off. Because if I let the lights go out, right, what happens if this room goes out, and then the room on the left here is also out, and I go to the left? I'm gonna still be screwed. So, the idea is whenever that symbol pops up, it doesn't mean it's just this. It could be. It doesn't have to be this room that has no light. So basically, when that symbol pops up, go around the building and look. Oh god. Hide. Pretty much just. As soon as that symbol pops up, go look for the room, and then do your thing. I'm gonna wait, because he disappeared. Okay. There we go. I was about to say, I'm gonna wait, because I don't know if that was another character, or if that was him actually leaving. And I didn't want to take the risk. I mean, it sounded like the door opened, but so it's like, that's why I wasn't sure. But okay, at least now I get... light wines. I wasn't sure if I was gonna have to like go to the other rooms to see if the lights were on or not, but no, you kind of know if any of the rooms go out, even if it's not the room you're in. Okay, let's try and find. It's not this one. What? Do I just assume that I died because the light in that room was off for a long period of time? So in that case, if I don't turn it off immediately, the room, I just abandoned it then. Okay. I'm still trying to think. It is still weird though, because let's say they turn off all of the rooms, right? And this is the only room left. What's the incentive to make me leave? Right? I mean, if this is the only, like, if I was, like, right now, there is technically no reason for me to go to the other rooms. Technically, because of what just happened in that last run, I would be playing a risky game just leaving the room. Because, you know, obviously, you know, by leaving the room, there is a risk that I end up dying because of that reason. Whereas, if I just stay in this room, I have absolute control. I'll know when the light turns off in this room, and I'll know when someone is in this room when they arrive through the doors. So it kind of makes it, it's a weird, another weird situation where it's like, what makes me go into these rooms? Maybe later down, you know, this is only night 2. So maybe night 3, 4, 5 will find a way to make me go through. But as of right now, that's not really clear yet. But maybe, again, future nights will maybe make me have to travel among the rooms. And then it's like, okay, now I actually do have to be careful of the light bulbs for all the rooms. Alright, 6 a.m. Okay. If these are not the siblings, then I don't know what they are. I need to find my 2 plushies. I don't know where I left them. Okay, let's go look for the plushies. Interact with things. See if I can interact with anything around here real quick. Oh, who are you? Can't interact with you. They also kind of look like the... Actually, wait, what if you... Oh, wait a minute. What if this is the kid... There's a kid in the minigames of the first Five Nights at Dolma'S that looks just like this. What if this is the kid, and this is one of the sibling CEOs? Cool, now I need to carry him back to my room. I didn't even think about that, actually. Alright, continue on with night 3. Let's see if we get a phone call updating anything. Because so far, if no, then a lot of it's going to be me... waiting in the room. I'm still gonna go to the other rooms just to stay on the safe side, because I don't even know if leaving a room with no light puts me at risk even if I'm in a lit room. So, oh god. Okay. That really... Okay, maybe that was supposed to be like the door for me when I like came in here or something, because that spooked me. Oh, wait, hold on. Light. Bye-bye. Oh, boy, of all the timing. Okay, wherever that light is, I mean, I'm just leaving it. I just have to leave it. I mean, see, that's the thing, because now that that's started... Like, look how long it's taking for him to leave the room. Or, you want, it's early in the night, let's experiment. Why are they still walking, though? Yeah, do I even leave? Ooh, yeah, we're just gonna stay here. That is actually how long the sound queue was. What the hell? One thing to know, I've been on 1 a.m. for a suspiciously long while now. It hasn't moved at all since the light bulb broke. And I don't know if that's because I'm supposed to fix the light bulb to help the night progress. So I'm gonna investigate that now after they leave. Of course, I'm gonna have to brace in case they actually end up jump scaring me, but it's been 1 a.m. for way too long now. Question is, which room did you go into? Okay, so I wanted to see if that would actually happen. I assume that's because I tried going through the same room. Or rather, I assume that's because I actually tried going, like, right past it. So... Again, that was weird. It was just stuck at 1 a.m. I wonder if if that means you are forced to go after the light bulbs. If that is the case, then I have to imagine that what happened to me in that 4 a.m. run was that I left the closet too early and I got caught for that reason. Before I could get the light anyway. But it's hard to tell. But I know for a fact it was not supposed to be 1 a.m. that long. Okay, yeah, so... Okay, well... I don't know... Okay, I was about to say, if they just keep doing that same BS while I'm in the room that has no light, I swear to God. Okay, let's go back. I guess they were in the room. Bro, I tried turning on the bloody light. What the hell? So far, the most annoying thing is how absurdly long some of those sound like interactions are. I guess is the best way to put it. Like, I'm literally sitting there for like half a minute, maybe longer, waiting for them to just like leave the room. While investigating, let me take a look here. Why did I get? Oh, that's why. Where was there anyone in the room? I swear to God. Alright, time to look for that bloody thing. Look around, because Where? What's going on? What is going on? You know what? Yeah, we're gonna stay in this room. Honestly, why even bother going back? Again, like, going back is just gonna put me even more risk, so I'm just gonna stay in here until they force me out by going for another room. Alright, time to look for this. Hide. See what I mean? Like, that's what's so dangerous. Like, literally, you have to do is to make sure that the coast is clear. Because, literally, like, as soon as I got in here, if I tried going for the door, I probably would have died. I have, like, you know, strong suspicion. Perfect timing. Of course, they show up as soon as I got here. It also makes it risky for me to try and like leave the room after I turn on the light. Normally I do that, but now it's so risky with how they move. Finally, okay. I need to find the parts of my robot toy. My big brother torn apart. Oh, siblings. Huh. Another robot toy. I'm not familiar with any... Oh, is it this thing? What the hell? Alright, I guess we'll look around for the parts. 4 parts. Here's a third part. Why is he just always standing here? It's like, do you have nothing better to do? I mean, I guess, well, this actually might be his room. Cool, now I need to carry the toy back to my room. I'm just entering his room. He tore apart and left it Where'd he go? Unless that... Well, no, I mean, they kind of look like they might have been twins, actually. Where'd this guy go? This guy. Where'd this kid go? Or maybe they went to my room. Or our room, I guess. Yeah, they went to our room. Jesus Christ. I was about to say, like, I feel like they hid and they're gonna try something. I see how it is. Okay, so I'm guessing they're the brother that tore apart the toys then. Or toy, rather. Last time, I assume this is still the second video. For all I know, I could just combine this with the first video. But we'll see how things go. Alright, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna test it out. Okay, so I wanted to confirm that you could not leave while the sound cue is happening. I mean, I figured you couldn't. I've been treating that way. I've been treating the game like that already, but I had a feeling. I just want to, you know, clear the air, I guess. Okay, they did it again. They turned off the light in this room. But I should be fine. Given I have the time. But this guy, you gotta leave. There you go. Hide again. At this rate, always assume they're in the room. You might as well just assume they're always in the room. There we go. Finally. It took me ages to get to this room. So one thing I'm not a big fan of with the gameplay, the problem is that in you know, the worst case scenario, you'll end up going around the entire building before getting to turn off the light, and the time doesn't progress while the lights are off. Because you can see there, it's still 2 AM, and I literally had to do this for every room. 4 times I've done this now. All to make it back to this room. Alright, so I went all around again just for it to actually be in the main room like usual. So I have to, again, it's just, I hate that they pause the time when the light's off. I know that's obviously, like, you know, an anti-cheese practice, I'm sure, like, just so you don't just stay in one room. But at the same time, if you get interrupted while trying to get to light, it just makes the light unbearably long for no good reason. By now, it technically should be, I think, around 4 or 5 a.m. at the earliest, with the amount of time that I spent going back and forth. Finally 5 a.m. I don't know. Honestly, I'm just hoping for it to get 6 a.m. immediately. There's just so many waiting periods that I don't even know how much of this I would even call gameplay. A lot of the time, I'm literally doing nothing. I'm literally waiting here because, well, for one, you know, there's no point in leaving unless the lights go off, so you might as well hide, and there's no penalty for hiding, so I could just stay like this. Alright, 6 a.m. Alright, Chapter 4. Not another time. Last time, one of the siblings scared the other sibling. Now, this time also, we're not... Oh, wait, no, there we are. Daddy, my big brother just scared me to death, so this is right after the previous minigame. Wait, what? How did that happen? When I was about to build my toy robot, he scared me from under the bed. Seriously? I'm gonna talk with him now. You know that I love you. I would kill for you. Such an odd thing to say, especially like after he's like, it's like, you know, it's like my brother, you know, my brother scared me half to death. It's like, seriously, I'm gonna talk with him. I would kill. It's like, it's almost as if he was saying, you know, I would kill for you, but it's like, because the aggressor here is his brother, it's like, I would kill my son for my son, you know. It's like, that's like the first thing you would think of. It's like, why even say that? Who even says that to a child? I would kill for you? Like, what? It seems like it might be a little bit of foreboding. Not another time has he killed for his son before. Now that is a real question. Again, gameplay-wise, nothing has actually changed, right? It is pretty much the same core... Uh-oh. Let's answer the phone.
Hi, sir. I thought I was not going to talk with you until tomorrow, but there has been an unexpected incident regarding this building. You're in the basement. I'm pretty sure you are familiar with this room. Here's where most of the machinery from this building is located, including the boiler, which needs assistance. In other words, there has been a gas leak from the boiler, which needs to be fixed, or the building, including everything inside it, will suffer a lot of damage. You can use
Okay.
the panel which is in front of you for fixing said problem. Just click on the arrows and slide the rectangles until they reach the red spot. Once you are done, the problem will be fixed. But remember where you are. You do not know if something could be staring at you from the darkness. That is everything. I don't want to continue distracting you. You have a lot of work to do.
Toggle the maintenance panel. Oh. Jesus Christ, that's loud. Wait, so are the lights... Oh, well, I can't hide, and I can't leave, so I have to do this. Oh, there's something there. Hi there. I mean, I can't leave the room. Okay. I think the general idea was that I wasn't supposed to leave. Okay, that's one room done. Alright, I ended up restarting because I actually got caught. If you're not doing the task by 6 a.m., it's pretty much game over. And I wasn't like paying attention for like a little bit, and then bam, I just heard a bang, and then it was over. Now we completed this. Fixed. Finally. We can't leave though. Is that actually it for night 5? Alright, let's see. You did it! Now it's time to finish this once and for all. Chapter 5, The Ritual. Okay. Alright, so back at home, the bully sibling came in, right? Definitely. You fell into my trap just like I thought. What the hell? Animatronics. Oh, I didn't realize they had like merging endoskeletons like that. Hi, Dad. I know what you did in the past with all those little kids. Wait, what? Sorry, brother. I know it is horrible to be killed by a malfunctioning animatronic puppet. Nonetheless, I think it's time to finish this. More than 10 years locked in that pizzeria. Take this as a gift. I know how to end this and make this story about Dolma'S Entertainment fade away. Just like the one from Fazbear Entertainment. I think it's time to rediscover us and be a big, happy family. Watch. Listen. And be ready. What? What? Huh? 3 spirits. What? What the hell? So are they saying the whole family, like, basically it was like the whole family was haunting us, basically? Well, except him, but I don't know. Huh? Huh? What? I don't even know what happened. I don't get what just happened there. Wait. So... for some reason... Okay, so... the one sibling that we played as ended up dying due to a malfunctioning animatronic. This is probably one of the malfunctions that happened. I think they might have shown that in the first game, in one of those mini games, because I'm pretty sure we played as the same brother there. So I'm guessing that's what he's referring to. And he's like, I know, you know, so that means our father was the one responsible for all those murders as well. But they were both already dead, and then the bully brother decided to just join them. I keep forgetting this game has this music. Bonus night. Okay, we'll take a look at that. Now we have enhanced Madal. So yeah, these were the ones that merged. So from my understanding, then they were both stuck. Right, the father and son were stuck in the back room after possessing these suits, but they came together to escape. I mean, it's still obviously they have the missing endoskeleton parts that would eventually fuse together, kind of. And then Bilma, the fusion. There's this one. I'm guessing is part of the bonus night. There's 2 bonus characters. As for jump scares, oh, I can't do this yet until I do the bonus night. Okay. Let's see what the bonus night is like. Is it the same gameplay-wise? I'm guessing it is. Oh. Hi there. You're new. Pretty sure you're from the first game. Yeah, they have the bullhorns and everything. Oh my god, already? Finally. What? 2 characters? I don't even know what happened. I tried turning on the light and bam. Alright, one thing I will say, this is probably gonna be one whole video. But if the bonus thing is gonna be a lot of me waiting for the characters to leave the room so I can actually progress, I might not even do the bonus night because I'll probably get into it with my thoughts on the game, but basically, long story short, I do not want to wait here even more time, basically. That was quick. I was not that slow. Okay, I just saw like a split second that weapon she got there. Holy goodness. They both left. Was that a vacuum? I'm sorry, I didn't know I interrupted your vacuum cleaning over here. Bro. 3 spirits. 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 3 I just got there. Okay, yeah, that's enough. With that said, my thoughts on the game. From a story perspective, I'm still kind of lost, I guess. I mean, there's some explanation, I guess, now with regards to... I mean, I don't even know if you would call it explanation, right? Because now we know that the owner dies, or one of the owners die. Well, actually, no, that was already mentioned, but I thought it was the other brother that died, the one that didn't make the deal with Afton, but now it looks like the one that did make the deal with Afton did die. Or maybe I'm getting the individuals mixed up. I'm not sure. Maybe both brothers die at one point after, 10 years since the Dolma incident. But then we also learned that the two sons die, right? One of them via an incident with an animatronic. I think that might have been mentioned in the first game via one of the mini games. And then the other one is kind of undetermined as well. Now, with regards to the gameplay of Dolma'S 4, this one's a very weird one because I think the gameplay has overall gotten very weak compared to the third game. I mentioned that the third game has flaws in the sense where you don't really need cameras at all, right, in that game. And it's like a lot of the game is you going back and forth between two rooms, if that. Technically, in the third game, you have 3 rooms that you can travel between, but you can beat the game by staying in one room. And, there was like some decisions that led to that possibility, and it's like if they had just made a few changes, they would have actually like allowed the identity of that game's like system of like point and click free roam to really come through. But in this game, I can't say the same. The main issue I have with this game is that you're not doing anything. The main premise is that you're an investigator, paranormal investigator, here to drive out the spirits of, these two. But you're not doing that. I mean, even from a story standpoint, you don't really do that. You just stand there and hide in a closet, right? So it's like you're not even really here, right? It's not like you're watching animatronics. You're literally just like waiting for them to come to you. You hide, and then that's it. It doesn't feel like any sort of progression is happening. And that's exacerbated by the fact that when the lights go out and you have to go and turn them back on, time doesn't progress when that happens, right? If the lights go out and it's not in your room, you were forced to go and turn on that light, not because your character's in danger, but because the night stops progressing. And I think that just doesn't work from a gameplay side of things because it drags on the night unnecessarily. I initially thought that when the lights went out, you had to go get them or else you would be in danger. You don't want to have any dark spots in the building. However, that's not the case. I think it would have made a lot more sense if they made it so it's like, if there's any room that's dark, you're at risk, maybe this character gets more active or something like that. I think that would have made a lot more sense and would have obviously provided a good enough incentive to actually get out of the same room and go after the light, even if it's not in your room, right? And not just that, but also the fact that sometimes you would have these characters sit and just like do the constant walking. You hide in the closet, right? And then they pop by, they leave, and then they're walking for like upwards of 30 seconds. It is way too long. There is way too much time that I'm literally in the closet waiting for the sound cue to finish just so I can exit the closet. Which most of the time is also pointless because there's nothing penalizing you from staying in the closet too long. So take the fact that the lights stop your night from progressing, along with very long wait times in the closet. It makes the night maybe twice as long as it should be, which is just not fun. And just in general, from gameplay side of things, it is not fun to just sit there, wait, hide, rinse and repeat. I think in general, to improve this game, well, for one, I think like from a gameplay side of things, as I mentioned, I think there needs to be some sort of a task. I think this game would have made more sense with like a task-based structure. Like if you had certain tasks where, to progress this whole idea of getting rid of the spirits. This makes me think a little bit of, for example, Post 6 by Jay Nitty, which has a similar idea of you trying to like investigate these spirits and it's a point-and-click free roam gameplay system. You're like walking around this establishment, you're looking for the spirits, you're trying to like I don't know if you're trying to drive them out, but it's like it's one of those games that's not time-based. I don't think it's about like, surviving to 6 a.m. You have like a number of tasks that you have to do, and I think this game would have benefited from that kind of gameplay as opposed to just sit and survive to 6 a.m. I think that would have made this game more, not just interesting, but it would have fit the premise of the game. Even if you kept the gameplay the same, for one, I think that the waiting times inside the closet need to be shortened drastically. Like, have a more tolerable range, like 1 to 10 seconds in the closet maximum, right? On top of that, have the light be more of a punishment, where it's like, if a light in one of the rooms turns off, it can maybe, you know, risk a certain character from activating or something. Or maybe like change one of the mechanics so that one of those characters can be more active. Like basically, instead of freezing your night, just add a penalty where it'll make the night harder, or maybe it's a, you know, kill mechanic. Just something to incentivize you to go after the light, but not penalize you by forcing you to make the night longer, basically, is what I'm trying to say. But that's pretty much my main criticism of the gameplay for Five Nights at Dolma'S 4. Next up, we have Five Nights at Dolma'S Aftermath, which is the last game in the series before Behind the Scenes, which is currently in development. So I am curious to see where Aftermath goes. From a story standpoint, I'm not really sure what's going on, because it feels like we're kind of going all over the place, kind of, ever since the second game. The third game made some sense because it was all about what happened between the companies before the first game. But this game's story felt very, like, weird because it involved the children that we really didn't look at since the first game. And it's just, like, I walked away so far not really knowing much more about what's going on in the game's world, basically. But of course, with all that said, I hope you did enjoy. If you did, leave a like, comment, let me know what you enjoyed from the video and what you want to see from me. Wishing the best of luck with the developer on their latest game, and I'm curious to see how Aftermath goes. So with that said, I'll see you in another video. Take care.